Hi lovelies and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video. So lovely, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys where a lot of people are reacting to the fact that an alien has been found under the ocean. Like, this has been confirmed, and this got a lot of people reacting. I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll it, as well as the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
Just confirmed aliens are from our oceans and they have proof of it. In the Oversight Committee hearing that was broadcasted worldwide, 4 witnesses, including a retired Navy commander, confirmed to Congress that non-human higher intelligence exists and we're in possession of their technology. They said we have UAP material and bioorganic material, and so does every other country, and behind closed doors, they're all in a race trying to reverse engineer the technology that they have. They said they have video evidence of them appearing from the oceans all across the world, and they've been here much longer than us. We've seen the UAPs move and react so quickly, and based on their technology, they believe they're being controlled by a mind-body connection. It said that some of these beings appear to be interdimensional and that a human can withstand up to 9 Gs of force before suffering fatal consequences, but the technology they're working on is producing upwards of 3,000 Gs. That this is only the tip of the iceberg compared to what the government is not telling us, but let me know what you guys think about all of this.
You know, man, if this was any other time in history, I'd be like, oh my gosh, you know, aliens coming from the depths of the ocean, that's alarming. But at this point in history, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I'm okay with it. If the aliens wanted to, like, now would be a good time. Like, I suspect they'd say something like, you know, we've left you guys alone up to this point, and we haven't wanted to intervene. But now you've given us no choice. Like, Matt Gaetz? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have to step in because you guys are fucking this up so fucking bad. Like, I'd be open to that. Like, I'd be open to that. Because I feel like there needs to be some kind of intervention. So, I'll just put it out there. If you're an alien, whether you be in the bottom of the ocean or in the universe somewhere, if you can hear the sound of my voice, and you wanted to intervene and step in and maybe, you know, help us out a little bit, now's a good time. Now's a good time. I'm open to it. I'm open to it. I'm open to it.
We don't need no government to confirm that aliens been existed. We don't need no government to confirm that aliens live in the oceans, because we know that. We already know that space is in the ocean. If you want to get to space, you got to go deep, deep below the ocean. We know portals are in the ocean. So these creatures that you may not think are aliens just because they look different, they are actually aliens, other beings. Anytime they get any footage of anything with aliens, UFO coming out the ocean, that is literally either them or those are the actual beings of these aliens that's coming out from space, jumping from different dimensions, jumping from different universes. But my question is, why do you need the government to confirm for you that aliens are real, that we're not the only life forms in the universe? Did you know that you can possibly be an alien too? When are y'all gonna wake up and realize that this reality that they've been feeding you is not the real reality that you are perceiving with this life?
Congress has just confirmed what all the ocean girlies have known, the girlies who collect the shells, which is that there are aliens in the ocean. One of the most viral videos I made was talking about spiritual hygiene entering the ocean. I have to ask permission, say a prayer, see if the vibe's all right. And internally, when the answer is no, you do not enter the ocean. And some people in the comments, obviously those who grew up in landlocked places, were like, that's crazy, like not entering the ocean, because it said, yeah, because you're on your vacation in Florida and you're leave being in. But let me tell you something. The people who ask the ocean for permission, they're never getting bitten by sharks, okay?
A couple days ago, they announced that there is aliens in our oceans. aliens, actual UFOs, extraterrestrials living in our oceans. I don't know if that sounds right. Could just be animals we haven't discovered since we've only explored, like 3% of the ocean? Or they could actually be aliens who've been here billions of years. Who knows? But the funny thing is, nobody cares. Everyone's just going on through their daily life like aliens don't exist. I think it's wild that everybody's just like, all right, what's going on next? Oh, it's wild.
There are no aliens in the ocean. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that is what we refer to as the marine kingdom. Church has been trying to tell you for a long time that's where marine spirits dwell. I want the government to admit this because we live in a capitalistic society. And if you knew the truth, you wouldn't spend so much money on medicine. You wouldn't spend so much money on the things that you use to try to cure yourself. You realize that a lot of things that you're dealing with are demonic, which will cause a lot of people to take their faith back from the government and give it back to God. All of a sudden, the church will be empowered, while the world yet again will be at the church's mercy. You see, wherever your faith goes, your money follows. So the question is, what are marine spirits? I want you to consider the book of Revelations. It talks about the beast having 7 heads and 10 horns coming out of the sea. This beast was sporting 10 crowns. Of course, that beast represents Satan himself. Revelation 17, Apostle John is talking to an angel of God, and that angel says to him, "Come, I will show you the judgment of the great harlot who sits on many waters, whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her fornication." That woman represents a marine spirit. More than likely, she represents Jezebel. Consider the story of Jonah. After Jonah went on the run from God, trying to rebel against the command of God, he was swallowed by a great fish. The Bible scholars have translated that to mean a whale, but the Bible never said that it was a whale. The Hebrew translation of it simply means a sea creature. That great fish was likely Leviathan. The Bible talks about Leviathan. It was likely Leviathan. He is the king of the proud. It was Jonah's pride that made him go on a run. Not just his fear, but it was his pride. The only way to get away from Leviathan is not just to go through deliverance, but you have to humble yourself. It wasn't until Jonah humbled himself and he surrendered himself to God that the great fish spit him out of its mouth. At God's command, of course, but again, Leviathan is the king of the proud. To get from under Leviathan's dominion, you cannot be prideful. It even goes on to deal with Job because Job is questioning God. You can read Job 41. God goes in extensive detail about Leviathan. Why was he talking to Job about Leviathan? Job was displaying pride in that moment. He was doing this because he was questioning God. Leviathan, again, is a marine spirit. Genesis 6, the Bible talks about the sons of God, which are angels coming down and sleeping with the daughters of men. Consequently, children were born between those demonic angels and the daughters of men. Their offspring would come to be known as Nephilim. To get rid of these beasts and to get rid of the evil in the earth, God flooded the earth. But you got to remember, a spirit is an eternal being. It can never cease to exist. This is the reason why God created hell. You see, God's word cannot and will never return to him void because it's impossible for God to lie. So when God granted us life, whenever he spoke life into us, we can never cease to exist. The same is true for angels. Because we can never cease to exist, God made sure that those who sinned against him, those who did not want him, would not live eternally with him. So he created a place that we come to know as hell. Hell is the landfill of the spirit mind. A lot of people think that God created hell to be a torture chamber, but realistically speaking, hell is just the opposite of heaven. It's the opposite of the presence of God. God is light, hell is dark. God is beautiful, hell is ugly. God is love, hell is full of hatred. The presence of God is peaceful, outside of the presence of God is torment. Getting back to the point at hand, whenever God flooded the earth, those giants were unalived. They were half demon, half human. It wasn't their time to go to hell just yet. So basically, they just simply became disembodied. You see, God cast Satan and his angels into the earth realm. This was after Satan rebelled against God when he was Lucifer, of course. God's word cannot cease to exist. Remember that. What happened to those demons? What happened to those fallen angels when the earth flooded? They simply found new bodies to live in. You thought the flood unalived all the fish in the water? No, in order for a disembodied spirit to exist in the earth or to have any type of power on earth, it has to have a body. If it can't get a human body, it will take whatever body it can find. All the same, this wasn't the first time that marine spirits were in the waters. After God created the earth, he saw that it was null and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Remember, there had been war in heaven between Satan and his angels and Michael and his angels. Satan and his angels were cast into the earth. At one point before God populated the earth was null and void. That means it was dark, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. The deep means the abyss, it means the waters. Where do you think demons dwell? Satan is the prince of the power of darkness. Demons dwell in voids. They dwell in dark places. This is simply to give you something to think about. But when God created land, when he separated the waters from the land, what was already in the sea continued to be in the sea. When those fallen angels saw humans on land, they decided we want to dwell in the human because humans were made in the likeness of God. We are the closest to heaven that they'll ever get. Also consider when Jesus was traveling to Gadarenes. That was a great storm, and the Bible tells us that Jesus was in the bow of the ship asleep and his disciples were panicking. Taking in their boots, they went and said, "Master, care us not that we perish." After challenging their faith, Jesus got up and rebuked the winds. Why would he rebuke the winds? The Greek translation of the word wind is pneuma. It also means spirit. Hear me when I say this. Any minister that's ever traveled across the waters to do ministry will tell you they went through a great deal of warfare when they were on their way. They were attacked by the marine spirits of the regions that they were headed to. Had it been just natural winds, then Jesus would have left it alone. But because these weren't natural winds, because this was an attack, Jesus got up and he rebuked the winds. Jesus walked on water. He wasn't just displaying a miracle, but he was showing his dominion over everything that was in the earth and in the sea. All the same, the scriptures mention a Philistinian deity by the name of Dagon, D-A-G-O-N. Philistines had a sculpture of their god, and he was half man, half fish. We call that a merman, a male version of a mermaid. Many people who live near waters, especially in countries where witchcraft is heavy, have reported to have seen mermaids. Job 26:5 reads, "Dead things are formed from under the water, and the inhabitants thereof." This is to say the marine kingdom is not new. And those are not aliens under the waters. Those are unclean spirits. I got to give you one more. Revelation 9:14, God tells the sixth angel who held the trumpet to release the four angels, which were unclean spirits, who were locked under the river Euphrates, to go and release them from their bondage. I don't know if you guys know, but the river Euphrates has been drying up. The word of God is living, guys. Demonized people simply created a lot of doctrines, and what they did was lean to facts. This is why God tells us not to lean to our own understanding, but they leaned to facts. And what they did was they even perverted facts so that you could trust in them and their doctrines, and you would not trust in the word of God. Yet try as they may, they cannot override God's word. Yeah, and in Genesis 6, those angels that slept with the daughters of men, those are what we call spirit spouses. In the ministry of deliverance, we are always having to come against marine spirits. You're going to find them in the majority of all deliverances. Some of the common ones include the spirit of Jezebel, the spirit of Ahab, the Leviathan spirit, octopus spirit, which is the spirit behind mind control. Also mermaid spirits. In a lot of countries that practice witchcraft or specialize in witchcraft, they will tell you that people are known to go to the waters and something comes out of the waters to make an agreement with them. This is usually a mermaid spirit. Mermaid spirits typically specialize in lasciviousness. They're behind the corn industry. They are behind trafficking as well. There are a lot of marine spirits in the ocean. I think many people are starting to realize that the government has known this all along. Been trying to suppress the truth of God's word, but you can't hold back the truth. The truth will always override facts on any given day. It was earlier this year they started saying, well, we can admit that there are aliens and we have them at Area 51. They're just preparing you for what's about to happen. They're just doing what they've been doing for a long time, giving you false language, giving you something to call a demon. So whenever you see a demon, you'll say an alien. They did with the word narcissist. You over here calling Jezebel a narcissist when it's just a Jezebel spirit. But I digress. Now make sure you go and study the word. Make sure you get that word in you so that you'll know what you're battling with. Because when you're over there waking up frozen and you can't move and you can't say a thing and you're trying to get the word Jesus out of your mouth and nothing seems to come out, I want you to understand, calling that thing a witch on your back ain't gonna help you. You better call it by its actual name so that you can bind it. Call it Python. When you find yourself repeatedly attracting narcissistic people, please understand that the word narcissist, while it's cute, has no power. You better call it what it is. You better call it by the name of Jezebel. Not only that, you better come out of the system of idolatry because Jezebel has access to you through the system of idolatry. Listen, like and follow for more. If you want to learn demonology, follow this channel. And also, I have 2 books that are called The Before and After Taste of Deliverance, Part 1 and Part 2. They were on the bestsellers list. They will help you to understand what you are fighting against. Ain't no aliens in that water, baby. Again, those are demons. The beautiful thing is, as a child of God, you have authority over unclean spirits. You better exercise that authority.
Bring the aliens to the congressional hearings with you, or shut up. You don't want to hear about the aliens. We don't want to hear about Diddy. We don't want to hear about the celebrities. We just want three things: the Epstein list, the Diddy list, and to see those damn aliens. How are we supposed to make an informed decision if we don't have all the information? Who's on those lists? It's been 5 years since Epstein died, and we still don't know who his clients were. We want to know who these people are. I'm not going to keep paying for subscription services when everyone I know might be a criminal. I don't want to keep funding their Diddy parties. I would rather watch a true crime documentary on how you put these people away. I would pay for that subscription. You keep dangling stuff in front of us, but never actually tell us any of the information. I don't want to hear about any of it until you bring the actual evidence. I don't want to watch their movies. I don't want to stream their music. I don't even want to vote for these people if they are known associates of psychopaths. These court cases, these hearings should be open to the public. We want to see them. You know what would unite the nation? Is if you gave us one of those three things. If you gave us the Epstein list, the Diddy list, or you showed us the damn aliens. We would all come together and hate the same people together. It's all a guess, and you let us keep guessing. You keep letting us point and saying that that person's on the list. We don't actually know. We don't know. Just put it all out there. Who's on the lists, and where's the ET footage?
Just show us the aliens. Stop saying that they're aliens. We know that they're aliens. Just show us. We found aliens a couple years ago. Show us. We found aliens in the ocean. Show us. I don't care. I don't care about the meetings and the hearings anymore. Show me the alien.
In the middle of the ocean? Why are they in the middle of the ocean? Do they breathe underwater? Do they have a city under there? Do they walk around on their little feet? Do they have like little sea helmets? If that's true, were they born under the water, or did they go under the water? Did they come from somewhere else and then live under the water, or have they always been in the water? Megalodon question mark? You can't just beat the American population down to nothing and then drop that they have aliens on them. What?
Aliens have been confirmed in the ocean? And I'm just supposed to get ready to go to work? Is this why only 5% has been discovered of the ocean and they're running to space? Listen, I have a theory. What if the reason why they've only explored the ocean, 5% of it, because they're scared? And as you know, scientists are trying to find livable planets because they're just trying to find a way to escape. Maybe that is why the reason they're not looking at the ocean, because they found what they needed to find in the ocean and now they want to run away. Oh my god. This has actually been confirmed as well. So they have actually found technology that they're trying to reverse engineer. Every country is trying to reverse engineer what they have found. At this point, there might even be mermaids. This just proves my theory. That's why they want to go to space. Who agrees, by the way? Or let me know your theories or what you think about this. Let's talk about this when I get back, okay?
This is my message to the aliens that have been confirmed to live in the ocean. I know y'all have been friendly, and you really haven't messed with us that much. Maybe that one mall in Miami, but that was a hiccup, it's okay. But if that ever changes, if you decide that you no longer want to come in peace, there's this man. He's orange.
Aliens are in the ocean. And different Congress and U.S. government officials just came out with a whole hearing and just told us everything we needed to know about these UFO sightings. Now, instead of UFOs, they mainly call them UAPs, which is any object that's in the air or sea that can't be immediately unidentified or explained, because they try to avoid the alien stigma of the term UFO. But they literally just had this huge meeting Wednesday, and all four of these men that were the witnesses were like retired people in the Navy and different branches high up in the military and government. And each one of these men talked about different situations with the UFOs underwater. And one of the men talked about how there was an unidentified underwater craft following a U.S. submarine. And he said nothing that they knew of technology-wise could replicate that. And the speed of the object was faster than anything they could think of. He kept saying it was like an underwater torpedo. And this man, I believe his name is Elizondo, he went more in depth about the stuff that's going on more than anybody. Because in this whole hearing, they're telling us this stuff, but they are very cautious at what they say. And he said that there is excessive secrecy. And he said it has been used to hide the fact that we are not alone and we haven't been alone for a long time. And in this hearing, the people would ask them questions like, do you believe that the government is aware of this stuff? And they all was like, yes. They've been knew what was going on for a minute now. They asked them, do they believe that some people can communicate with them? And they said yes. This whole hearing is actually very crazy because like these are like high up men and branches of the military and like the government. Serious men that I highly doubt will be coming up with some alien stories. And men that actually has families and lives to go back to. And this can be a dangerous topic. And like I said, one slip up could have messed up everything. So they had to be very cautious at what they told us. So that just makes me think, like, everything that I talk about in the ocean, I just know it's real. That's why I just believe everything in the Bermuda Triangle is a portal. I believe that they're mermaids. What if aliens were mermaids? Like, what if they're in cahoots with each other? Like, people believe that these underwater kingdom creatures are demonic. So we've been in cahoots and be having these demons that's living in our oceans that we swim in. It's a lot, y'all. It is a lot. And they just keep telling us, like, they had a literal meeting last year about the same topic. Not too many people talked about it. Like, they're literally telling us this stuff and people still don't believe. I know some people are like, oh, I have to see it to believe it. Did you see dinosaurs and you believe it? No, you only believe it because they taught us that in school, but you did not see that. The same way they have fossils and stuff, that's how we know that they're true. These people are literally telling us there's actual unknown spacecrafts in our oceans that they have seen, and there's some parts of it hidden. Is that not enough for y'all to believe, y'all? But my thing is, why are they now telling us this stuff? What is happening? What are they preparing us for? Because at the end of the day, they told us. They can't say they did not tell us. It's the law of nature or something. They gotta tell us. They gotta tell us. But let me know what y'all think about the fact that these aliens could be in our oceans. And let me know if y'all watched the video too. It's actually very interesting.
What is wrong with you people? The US government just confirmed that we have aliens living in the ocean, and everybody's just going about their business like nothing just happened. We have aliens in the ocean, people.
Like, seriously, lovelies, this 2024 has really been the longest of the years. Like, a lot has really been happening, both in the physical realm and in the spiritual realm. Like, so many things, revolutions and anything, like etc, etc. Seriously, what is going on? What is really going on? Now, aliens have been said to be found under the ocean, and a lot of people are having this feeling that this might probably not be aliens. It might probably be some kind of, living under the ocean. Like, really, there is, spiritual things that is really going on that people are not even aware of. With all of the things that is happening or that has been happening in this 2024, I just believe that it's high time. A lot of people need to go closer to Almighty, to go closer to God, because this year, a lot has really been unfold. Starting from the beginning of this year. What really happened in the beginning of this year? Okay, Putin revealed its vote, which finally indicates that Jesus or Yeshua is of a darker skin compared to what we have known him to be before. From there are so many books that have been discovered, from Enoch, book of Enoch, from even being like, people are getting to know that the Bible is not even complete. There are so many books that was removed. People are getting to know the chosen ones. People are getting to know that there are so many lies out there, so many speculations that people that looks like me and every other person has meant to believe. This has really been happening. There are so many things that is being hidden. These guys are really hiding a lot of things. There are so many things that if Putin can reveal his vote and all of these findings that are out, that means there are so many spiritual things that people are not even aware of, that takes wisdom, spiritual eyes, spiritual connection to get to know what is really happening. So this aliens was found, that people are reacting to it. A lot of people are like, this is actually not the aliens that people are thinking that it is. It might be something more serious. It might be something more serious. And the thing is that it's freaking people out to the fact that a lot are just relaxed about it. I know people are asking, okay, people are like, why are you relaxed? This means that what do you even want people to do? Things that a lot of things have been happening already. I think people at this point, people are just so like they are just okay. Anything that wants to happen should just happen because things has been happening. Findings, you know, spiritual awakening, you know, there are things moving. The other time I stitched a video of someone narrating how he came across some kind of beings with a dark eyes. With a dark eyes. And another revelation is that these Nephilims are among us. They are roaming around. I stitched a video about that. I think it's by Celestia. Nephilims are roaming around. They are living in the mountains and any other place. And when one of the Nephilims was interviewed, he was like, the place that I am coming from, there are many of us. To tell you that we are not the only ones living on this planet. There are so many other things living on this planet. I think maybe they have their own dimension, they have their own another, kind of. Because when I saw that stitch of a Nephilim, I have been hearing about, the Neanderthals, Nephilims from the Book of Enoch and all of that. But to see it physically is something that really, 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 really bothers me. And with the other revelation of this, brother, which I stitched his video talking about how he saw or he made an encounter with someone with a dark eyes. With a dark eyes. Wow. Wow. The thing is that I think that it's just high time to get closer to God, pray constantly, become so aware of yourself, try to be safe, become very more conscious or sometimes go into meditation. I have been trying to do some kind of meditation these days. Sometimes I just keep quiet, in a calm environment, close my eyes and meditate. Try to see if you can speak, can get connected to your creator and all of that, because at this point we don't know what is happening. Nobody knew, what kind of alien that the people that found, saw. We don't know, like they are actually not even telling the whole truth. So, but I still believe on these teachings. There might not even be aliens, there might be something that has been there ever since. It was even written in the Bible, with the people living under the waters and all of that. All of these things exist. It actually exists in the planet Earth, but it's just that so many have been kept away, so many have been, destroyed and all of that. And they just keep on surfacing, revealing themselves in 2024. The year has not even ended. There are aliens living among humans. We don't know if it's aliens, we don't know if it's the other one. All we just need to do is get closer to God, keep on praying, meditate, watch people that we get encounter in our daily basis, because you don't know who is who. You don't know who is a skilled worker or whatsoever. Like anyway, lovelies, when I saw this, I decided that I was just gonna alert everyone to know what is really going on, to actually know that there is something that has been discovered, that have been living under it, so that you'll be very careful of your movements, especially at night, so that you won't be able to encounter all of these things. You just have to be safe right now. I know the season period is coming. Christmas period, Christmas, Thanksgiving, holiday, and all of that. When you are doing that, you should be very, very careful. You should be mindful of your environment so that not to encounter anything, and you should be more spiritual, aware of yourself. so that maybe you want to do something or go somewhere, there's a kind of sign that you will get, and that means that you shouldn't go there. So you should be able to be aware of yourself, to listen to your body and what your body tells you. Like, this is what I do sometimes. Maybe sometimes I would just want to go somewhere, then later on I said, no, let me just go. No, I don't want to go anywhere anymore. So just try to, as much as you can, to listen to your body language or to listen to your spirit. Anywhere you want to go and you are having a double, doubt about that, do not go. Just, Anyway, lovies, wanna just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes, and I want to use this medium to say a very big shout out to my channel members, to those people that support me for encouragement, to people that share my videos, leave commentaries, your educational commentaries that actually get me so exposed to get to know so many things. Thank you so much for all the love and support, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. Up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We just here to educate and inform ourselves. Alright, lovelies, please share this video, subscribe, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.